Hi everybody, and welcome to this premiere, organized by Siemens Digital Industry Software. My name is Cheyenne and I'm a Solution Domain Marketing Manager in the field of Manufacturing Operation Management. Joining me here today are our topic experts who will be replying to your questions in the chat. So please feel free to share all your questions below and join the discussion. Today, I will be telling you more about the next generation of manufacturing execution software, or MES, and how you can personalize it to your specific needs with the help of low-code. Whether it's a secondary production terminal for consumer packaged goods, an operator terminal for automotive and transportation, or a work screen order for aerospace and defense. With our out-of-the-box, persona-based, process-centered, and industry-specific templates, you can personalize our MES, Op-Center Execution Process and Discrete, just to your likings. Today, we will discuss the launch of a new Siemens solution, where we embedded low-code capabilities in our rich and mature MES. Siemens is already in the MES business for 25 to 30 years and is active in all industries. We cover the MES needs of customers from a diverse range of industries. Process industries such as chemical and consumer packaged good, or discrete industries such as automotive and transportation, industrial machinery, aerospace and defense, and marine. We start today with the following quote that we heard from customers all over the world and will not come as a surprise to you as well. Changing market conditions require faster than ever adaptation and innovation. Over the last couple of years, we observed that it is more important than ever for manufacturers to be agile and resilient in their manufacturing processes. One of the main challenges we currently see is to provide a single solution that fits all industries, as manufacturing processes differ significantly from industry to industry. Initially, we covered this need with two different verticals for process and discrete industries. However, we learned that every customer has unique challenges, and we need to tailor our offering to the specific industry niche and customer needs. Besides this, we find it important to enable manufacturers with the ability to innovate. To do so, the MES needs to be innovative and adaptable as well, to support rapidly evolving market needs and regulations, and accelerate new product introductions, all while reducing waste and greenhouse gases. Talking about an innovative MES, we are seeing the following expectations in the market. First, there is the engagement of the workforce, which is all about the workforce being comfortable with the user interface, which is key for productivity. Being able to take their feedback from actually using the system, implement it, and show that their feedback is taken seriously helps to make the workforce feel part of production, which facilitates change management in your organization. Our solution is deployable on user-centric screens that are multi-experience capable. Therefore, the MES can be accessed from different types of plans. Secondly, we see a strong demand to easily adapt the MES. As we already mentioned before, the adaptability of the MES is highly important to keep track of our ever-changing world. The speed with how the COVID vaccines were produced are a great example of the need to be able to adapt production processes quickly. We as well saw that when we start a new project with a customer with multiple plans, the goal is to standardize the MES. When it comes to deployment, however, there are often plant-specific requests. Manufacturers want to be able to standardize with the option to personalize. From a study from PwC, we learned that when looking at the main MES implementation challenges, 42% is related to the usage or complexity of the MES and 37% to the increased customization effort, which both would be eliminated when the MES is easy to adapt. Last but not least, we observed that when customers are owning the personalization, they are more likely to pursue innovation. By making a manufacturer fully independent when it comes to personalizing the MES, they can innovate at their own pace, using their own resources, without any potential bottlenecks. This is all leading to increased user acceptance, reduced implementation and operational costs, and increased focus on continuous process innovation. To meet these challenging goals, Siemens is adopting a new and disruptive approach, enriching the traditional MES functionalities provided by the mature OpCenter portfolio with the power of low-code capabilities offered by Mendix. Mendix pioneered low-code application development and was acquired by Siemens in 2018. It is a market leader in low-code development platforms and enables the creation of software applications without the heavy coding and using in-house resources. Our MES platform, OpCenter Execution, now brings its customers new templates for the front-end layer, powered by Mendix, which can be easily adapted in a low-code environment by employees with lower IT skills and greater domain expertise. Like this, manufacturers can take ownership of the UI personalization and co-creation. What makes our solution special is that we offer a tailored solution answering specific user needs. Different industries come with industry-specific challenges and have all different MES needs. Our product comes with a set of out-of-the-box templates delivered by our R&D team. You can implement and utilize these templates as is, or they can be taken as a baseline and be further personalized. Designing the templates, we made sure that they are persona-based, industry-specific, and process-centric. Some examples of the out-of-the-box templates are the operator terminal, which is the ideal environment for the automotive and transportation industry, which is highly automized. We also have a work order screen for complex industries, for example, aerospace and defense. This template is a good fit for industries where there is a lot of interaction between the operator and the MES, and the process is not highly repeatable. The human operator is still taking a lot of decisions and needs the support of the system on what she or he needs to do. An example of this is an assembly order in aerospace and defense or industrial machinery. Moreover, in the process industry, it is important to keep an overview of the whole line and area, which is also an available out-of-the-box template. These templates and many more that will be released in the near future are part of the product, coming straight from our R&D department. Here you see two practical examples of tailored screens that were designed for customers over the last couple of months. They all rely on the same backend, but the personalization of the user experience is completely different. We have an example of a personalized work order for an aerospace and defense customer and the production process of a bike manufacturer. Here we see an example of an application that was made for an automotive customer. In this specific example, the app is going through a big parking lot, scanning the vehicle identification number and is retrieving information amongst the issues connected to this number. The operator then has the possibility to either fix the issues or can as well identify new ones. This can be directly updated in the MES using the application. If there are no issues anymore, the vehicle can then be cleaned and cleared for final delivery. This example was made in a week, which would have taken a lot longer and would have been a lot more complicated without our product. Let's have a look at the summary of our value proposition. As a manufacturer, you can take ownership of the UI personalization and are empowered to create user experiences more fitting to your business processes, which will facilitate change management in your organization. We offer user-centric screens that are multi-experience capable. Our solution can thus be used on a variety of devices, depending on the setting of the specific manufacturing plant. Implementation and maintenance costs are reduced, allowing you to invest in continuous process innovation instead. As well, releases are accelerated, and UI customizations are implemented in a faster and agile manner. Our key message is that we want to democratize the MES and allow you to take ownership of the personalization. Now, let's have a look at a practical example. In this example, the user wants to add an icon to the user interface. We are in an automotive plant, and the icon will be representing the visual status of a piece of equipment, displaying if the machine is active or inactive. We start from the out-of-the-box template and open the snippet, where we will add a placeholder for two icons, one for each possible state of equipment. We write a very simple logic, using NanoFlow to configure the logic behind the screen. We make a simple expression saying when the icon should be displayed, and in minutes, using drag and drop functionalities, we have a new visual representation related to the status of the equipment, without any line of code. We are not the only ones who are excited about this new value proposition. Gartner, for example, shared with us their appreciation for our offering. Siemens users gave the user interface, system flexibility, and system stability high marks in customer reviews. The Siemens Ops Center scored near the top in overall customer experience, which measures both market performance and overall customer satisfaction. As well, IDC mentioned the importance of customization capabilities using low-code. Today, we see an array of technologies that are being gradually embedded into MES architectures, such as low-code microservices and composable architectures. This welcome addition to next-generation MES products is expected to add the required last-mile customization capabilities by enabling MES platforms to pull data from different systems, prevent functionality overlapping, and personalize the solutions at the right user level. As a summary, you can see in this overview that our solution is centered around three main pillars. The MES data model, available out of the box with Ops Center, that is natively available in the Mendix Data Hub environment. The deployment of the MES system, including the new low-code apps powered by Mendix, which is entirely managed by Ops Center through its web-based Solution Studio. And finally, a rich set of industry-specific and adaptable templates. Now, let's have a closer look at Mendix itself. To stay competitive, we believe that success hinges on becoming an agile and composable enterprise with cross-domain collaboration and adaptive solutions. Also, with the rise of business technologists, organizations need to empower their teams with simple, self-managed tools. This is where Mendix as a leading low-code platform comes into play. Siemens has been a leader in the MOM Gartner Magic Quadrant for 5 consecutive years and is maintaining that position. Mendix has also been recognized as a leader for the 4th consecutive time in the latest Gartner Magic Quadrant in low-code application platforms. They too are consolidating that position. As part of the Accelerator portfolio, Mendix brings best-in-class low-code application development with multi-experience capabilities to accelerate manufacturer strategy across their value chain and digital initiatives. It has out-of-the-box connectors with bidirectional connectivity for relevant software tools, as for example an ERP. It has several built-in connectors to commercial softwares, of which SAP is an example. On the other hand, anyone can create a connector to collect data from homegrown or legacy systems as well. Once the connector is developed, it is registered in the Data Hub and is automatically available in the development experience of Mendix. Now, what does this mean in the context of manufacturing and the MES-specific discussion? It means that personalization based on Mendix has no boundaries. Personalization is possible not only when it comes to the user experience, but also when selecting the desired data source in order to create a holistic view. It helps extend and connect Ops Center execution to any other data, system or asset that creates smart applications and provide a holistic view of manufacturing operations and beyond. As a manufacturer, you can compose your target application at your own tempo while including your domain know-how and feedback from the workforce. You can simplify and automate business processes with the desired workflow through visual modeling and drag-and-drop approach. And finally, you can enable co-creation between IT and business experts to compose cross-domain, purpose-built applications. To illustrate this, we retake the operator screen that we saw in the previous example. We now want to add a feature that allows the operator to source data from a legacy tool data management system as well as an ERP in order to investigate a tool room and see if there is a need to initiate a change or purchasing request for a specific tool. We start from the current status and drag and drop an icon. Then we assign a specific action and can go directly to the front and assemble where you put a symbol spreadsheet as default. Now you can create a workflow and define how to use the API to leverage data from the tool data management system. With that, You assigned a specific action to the REST API that you need in the model. The API is now working and sources the data and gets this automatically modeled in the development environment. Afterwards, you can still change a table, reopen the project, and add another column with the stock. You can get into the Data Hub, including what you need in terms of an action button, link it to the SAP data to access the inventory stock, look at the action you need to assign specific data to, and deploy the application to get the final results. In this example, we were able to add a page that you can open on request, showing what tools are assigned to specific operations, what the inventory stock is, and possibly trigger an action to request a replacement, looking at the availability in stock or a purchase order. Now, let's discuss the power of a strong community. With this new technology stack, you're as well supported by a strong and growing community. With more than 250,000 developers, 200,000 applications, and 130 universities, we are currently creating a new ecosystem of manufacturing and low-code experts. You can both share your knowledge and learn from other developers on the Mendix Marketplace, which can offer you a starting point for your personalizations. To learn more about what we talked about today, you can find the links to the following assets below in the description box. Here, you will find a detailed webinar with our experts explaining more about the solutions, a white paper demonstrating this by using practical examples, and our promotional YouTube video. And since you are already on YouTube at the moment, that might be a good place to start. Before I let you go, I as well want to encourage you to check out the What's New for our current 2301 releases. You can find this on our blog, which is also linked below. In the What's New, you will find more about the fast implementation and creation of the templates that we mentioned earlier, as well as which templates will come out during this release. Keep in mind that this is only the beginning and much more is still to come. In the following demo for automotive and transportation, one of our experts will show you how easy it is to develop a template in minutes.
In this first example, we want to add a new property in the right-hand side details panel of the operator terminal screen. To do so, the low-code developer works in Mendix Studio Pro, the desktop environment where low-code development activities can be carried out. The domain model area shows all data entities coming from OpCenter, which are used in the app. For each entity, the list of used properties is displayed. The developer selects here the data entity of interest, and in the Properties section can add an attribute from the list of available properties. At this point, the required property is available and can be used in the app and displayed on the screen. Screens themselves are structured in a modular way and are composed of different UI snippets which can be easily reused. To publish the new property, the developer opens the production item info snippet, which corresponds to the details panel on the right side of the screen. Now, the developer can add to it the new property. To simplify user interface personalization, a library of predefined UI widgets and building blocks is available, providing reusable components with preset layout and styling. In this case, the developer selects the production info property from the building blocks toolbox on the right. He can now simply drag it to the desired position on the property snippet. The building block template is displayed and shows a label and a value field which need to be defined. The developer sets the label with the desired text and then binds the value field to the new property which was previously published in the data model. Now, the app can be built and tested locally in a few seconds. The developer logs in and verifies that the new property is shown as expected.
On this note, we are coming to an end of today's premiere. Thank you so much for being here with me today. If there are 3 keywords I would like you to remember thinking about our new offering, it is easy, open, and integrated. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and share the video with your colleagues, friends, and family, basically everyone you know. If you have any further questions, please contact us on mommarketing.plm@siemens.com or contact your local Siemens representative. For more information, visit our website siemens.com/opcenter to not miss any upcoming events. Also, all the resources I mentioned are linked in the description box below. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more news on Op Center Execution and Mendix.